The nebula drifted silently in the outer rim of human-settled space, a swirl of violet and gold clouds stretching for light years. Within its quiet expanse floated an object long forgotten by the galaxy. It was massive, dark, and unremarkable to most scanners, yet it held a secret older than many of the stars themselves. This was the Dragon Soul, Earth's legendary battleship, lost to history after the Great War of the Terran expansion. Captain Aaron Vale hovered at the helm of his small scout vessel, the Starling Hawk, staring at the ghostly readings on his console. Sensors were picking up unusual energy emissions deep within the nebula. The readings were faint, almost like a heartbeat buried under layers of cosmic radiation. But Aaron's instincts told him that it was worth investigating. "Are you sure about this, Captain?" asked Lyra Tane, his second-in-command. Her voice was calm, but her eyes betrayed her curiosity. Aaron did not respond immediately. He felt something stirring deep inside him, a sense of recognition he could not explain. The data on the screen pulsed faintly as if calling to him. Finally, he said, "Whatever it is, it's old. Very old. And it's not dead." Lyra leaned over the console. "Old like human old?" Aaron nodded. "Exactly." Humans had explored countless star systems, colonized dozens of planets, and even fought wars against alien alliances. But some legends refused to die, stories of Earth's greatest creations surviving in the far reaches of space. The Dragon Soul was one such legend. The scout vessel entered the nebula cautiously. Violet gas clouds swirled around them, distorting light and making sensors fluctuate. Suddenly, a shadow appeared on the display, a massive silhouette longer than several city blocks, dormant in the heart of the nebula. Its shape was angular and sleek, almost like a dragon coiled in sleep. "It's real," whispered Lyra. She barely breathed. "It's the Dragon Soul." Aaron felt a shiver run down his spine. The ship had been the pride of Earth centuries ago, a masterpiece of human engineering, strengthened by advanced energy cores and AI technology. And yet here it was, untouched by time, waiting. "Prepare the docking clamps," Aaron said, his voice steady. "We're boarding." The Starling Hawk approached the battleship carefully. Docking was not easy. The nebula's gravitational anomalies tugged unpredictably, and the Dragon Soul's surface seemed to shimmer, almost alive. But Aaron's hands were steady. As soon as the clamps latched, the small shuttle hummed with energy drawn from the larger ship. Inside the Dragon Soul, darkness reigned. The corridors were massive, wider than any ship Aaron had ever seen, yet coated in layers of dust and starlight. The walls hummed faintly as if waiting for someone to wake them. Aaron activated his helmet lights. "Stay close," he instructed. "We don't know what's inside or if it's even safe." The AI inside the ship stirred the moment they entered the control deck. Lights flickered on, revealing panels of unknown design. Holographic displays erupted in blue and gold, dancing across the room. A voice deep and resonant echoed through the chamber. "Captain, Aaron Vale." The crew froze. Aaron's jaw dropped. How do you know my name?" "I have waited," the voice said. "I have waited for the one who carries the spirit of Earth." The AI introduced itself as Elderon, the Dragon Soul's sentient core, built to guide humans through any battle, any challenge. Its tone was calm, yet filled with a quiet power that commanded respect. Are you alive?" Lyra whispered, staring at the flickering holograms. "In my own way," Elderon said. "I am bound to the Dragon Soul, and now with your presence I awaken." Aaron took a step forward. "Awaken? How long have you been here?" "Centuries," Elderon replied. "Since the fall of the Terran expansion, I have waited for one worthy of command. Humanity has grown, but its heart remains strong. You have awakened me." The crew looked around in awe. Panels of energy swirled like a river, responding to Aaron's presence. Weapons arrays that had not fired in centuries hummed to life. Shields shimmered across the hull, and the Dragon Soul itself seemed to breathe, as if alive. "Is it dangerous?" asked one of the younger crew members nervously. Aaron shook his head, though his stomach twisted with excitement and caution. "It's powerful. It's not dangerous, at least not if we respect it. This ship was built to protect, to fight when necessary. But it needs a human mind. Someone clever, someone brave. That's why it called us." Lyra looked at him, concern mixed with wonder. "And the galaxy? Won't anyone notice this?" "They already have," Elderon said. "The Elders are aware. They feared the Dragon Soul in its prime. They feared it before they knew it existed. Now they will fear it again. Aaron frowned. The Elders? The Council of Ancient Civilizations, Eldaron explained. They have ruled much of the galaxy for millennia. They remember humanity from long ago, before your wars and colonies. They know the tales of Earth's battleships, the Dragon Soul in particular, and they will not welcome our return. The weight of the revelation settled over the crew. Humans were clever, brave, and unpredictable, but so were the Elders cunning, powerful, and patient. A conflict might not come immediately, but it would come. Aaron turned to his team. We've found the Dragon Soul. We've awakened it. Now we have to understand it. Learn its systems, master its power, and prepare for whatever or whoever is watching. For hours they explored the control deck. Eldaron guided them, teaching them the secrets of the ship's energy core, weapon systems, and adaptive shields. It revealed something extraordinary. The Dragon Soul could interface with human instincts. It could anticipate decisions, adapt to human creativity, and even enhance their problem-solving abilities in real time. This is incredible, Lyra said. It's like the ship knows what we're thinking before we think it. Eldaron's holographic form shimmered. I am not all-knowing. I am not infallible. But I am built to complement the ingenuity of humans. Together we are greater than any threat. As they spoke, the nebula outside stirred. Lights from distant stars flickered through the energy clouds. Aaron looked out the viewport and felt a strange sense of purpose, as if the Dragon Soul had chosen him for something far greater than mere exploration. Suddenly, alarms echoed faintly through the deck. Eldaron's voice was calm but carried weight. They are coming, it said. The Elders are aware. They have sensed the awakening. Their scouts will investigate. You have little time. Aaron's heart pounded. Then we need to move. Not fight, yet. We need information, strategy, understanding. He turned to Lyra. This is it. The galaxy will remember humans again. And the Dragon Soul will remind them why they feared us in the first place. The crew worked quickly, familiarizing themselves with their new ancient companion. Holographic panels, energy cores, and control arrays responded instantly to human touch and thought. The Dragon Soul hummed with life, a living testament to human ingenuity. As the small scout vessel undocked from the battleship, Aaron felt the weight of centuries on his shoulders. The Dragon Soul had been silent for so long, waiting for the right humans to awaken it. Now its power was theirs, and the galaxy was about to witness humanity's return. In the distance, alien patrols scanned the nebula, unaware of the storm that was about to emerge. The Dragon Soul glimmered like a dragon coiled in starlight, ready to rise again. And in that moment, Aaron Vale knew one truth. The legends were real. Humanity had not only survived, they were ready to take their place among the stars once more. The galaxy's elders, far away in their council chambers, would soon learn to fear the name they had long tried to forget. Earth's Dragon Soul battleship. The Dragon Soul glided silently through the nebula, its hull shimmering with a faint golden light that seemed almost alive. Captain Aaron Vale stood on the bridge, watching as the stars flickered past the viewport. The ship hummed beneath him as if anticipating what was to come. Every panel, every control, and every weapon system responded to the crew's thoughts, moving in perfect harmony with their intentions. Captain, Lyra Tane said, her eyes on the tactical display. Our sensors indicate several alien patrols are moving toward the nebula. They're fast, faster than anything I've seen near this sector. Aaron's jaw tightened. They've sensed the energy signature of the Dragon Soul. They don't know what it is yet, but they are coming to find out. Eldaron, the battleship's AI, spoke in a voice both calm and powerful. They are scouts from the Elders Alliance. Their ships are advanced, but their tactics are predictable. We can outmaneuver them if you trust in the Dragon Soul and its crew. Aaron nodded. We don't just outmaneuver them. We show them why humans cannot be underestimated. The first alien ship emerged from the nebula's mist, a sleek craft shaped like a crescent moon, bristling with energy weapons. It fired a probing pulse at the Dragon Soul, scanning for weaknesses. The pulse bounced harmlessly off the battleship's shields, which shimmered with a golden glow, adapting instantly to the alien energy. Impressive, muttered Lyra. It's like the ship knows what's coming before it happens. It is learning, Eldaron said. And it is enhancing your instincts. Humans are unpredictable. That is why the Elders fear you. That is why the Dragon Soul was built for humans alone. Aaron leaned over the tactical console. Then let's make them understand that unpredictability has a price. The alien scout fired again, attempting to lock onto the Dragon Soul's core systems. In response, Eldaron activated the ship's first secret feature, the adaptive energy field. The shield split into multiple layers, each one moving in perfect synchronization with Aaron's micro-movements and emotional state. The alien ship's weapons scattered harmlessly across the hull, unable to predict the constant subtle shifts in the battleship's defenses. "Captain, it's amazing," Lyra said, her voice a mixture of excitement and awe. "The shields? They're almost alive." "Not almost," Eldaron corrected. "They are alive in purpose, and they are guided by your courage, Captain Vale. The Dragon Soul amplifies human ingenuity, turning thought into action." Aaron grinned. "Then let's show them what humans can do." He tapped a sequence on the console, activating the ship's Dragon Strike system. Energy began to gather in the ship's core, forming a brilliant golden sphere of power. The pulse built slowly, glowing brighter with each second until the Dragon Soul's hull trembled from the raw energy inside. The alien scout, confident in its superior firepower, moved closer. It did not see the subtle wave of energy spreading across the nebula, almost invisible to its sensors. Then in a sudden burst, the Dragon Soul unleashed the Dragon Strike. The energy wave surged forward like a golden dragon roaring across space. It did not destroy the alien ship. Instead, it disarmed it, scrambling its systems and forcing it into an automatic retreat. The scout drifted, disabled but unharmed, as the Dragon Soul hovered silently. The crew erupted in cheers. "We did it," exclaimed Lyra. Aaron smiled, though his mind was already moving forward. "We've proven something today, but the Elders will not ignore this. They will send more, stronger ships, more advanced tactics." Eldaron's holographic form shimmered. "Let them come. Humans have survived far greater odds, and now with the Dragon Soul you are stronger than you have ever been." The next several hours were spent testing the ship's systems. Aaron and his crew discovered that the Dragon Soul could adapt in real time to almost any challenge. Its energy weapons could reconfigure themselves based on the enemy's defenses. Its shields adjusted instantly to incoming attacks, and even its engines could anticipate gravitational anomalies, allowing maneuvers no other ship could perform. "This is more than a battleship," Lyra said, staring at the glowing panels. "It's a partner. It thinks with us, reacts with us. It's alive in a way that's hard to explain." "Exactly," Aaron replied. "It's not just technology. It's human ingenuity made real, and that is what the Elders fear most." As they trained, Eldaron revealed the Dragon Soul's full potential. It could analyze enemy tactics and suggest creative counter-strategies instantly. It could interface with the crew's minds to improve coordination and response times. And most remarkably, it could perform feats of energy manipulation that no alien technology could match. "Think of it as a chessboard," Eldaron said. "The Elders play predictable moves. Humans play in ways no one expects. And the Dragon Soul is your hand, your mind, your courage made manifest." Aaron's eyes sparkled with determination. "Then let's play a game the Elders will never forget." Hours later, multiple alien scouts arrived, sent by the Elders to investigate the sudden energy spike. Unlike the first ship, these were larger, faster, and equipped with more advanced weapons. But the Dragon Soul's crew was ready. "Positions," Aaron commanded. "Remember, we don't need to destroy them, just show them what humans can do." The alien ships fired in unison, but the Dragon Soul moved like water through rocks, each action guided by both crew intuition and Eldaron's calculations. Energy pulses from the Dragon Soul disrupted the enemy targeting systems, while the Dragon Strike disabled engines without harming the crews. The aliens were confused, frustrated, and impressed. Their reports would reach the Elders carrying tales of a human battleship that could move, think, and act like nothing in the galaxy. "Captain," Lyra said, "they're retreating. They're actually running." Aaron nodded, his smile calm but proud. "Let them go. The Elders will hear of this, and the galaxy will begin to remember what it means to face a human fleet." Even as the alien ships disappeared into the nebula, Eldaron's voice carried a quiet warning. "This is only the beginning. The Elders will respond. They will not wait long before they send their full might. But do not fear, Captain Vale. Humanity's courage and ingenuity are unmatched, and with the Dragon Soul you are not alone." The crew cheered quietly, but Aaron knew the real challenge had just begun. The galaxy had noticed them, and humans would soon be tested like never before. But for the first time in centuries, Earth's legendary battleship had awakened, ready to defend human colonies and remind the galaxy of humanity's unique strength. "Prepare the ship," Aaron said. "We need to explore, learn, and prepare. The Elders are watching, and the galaxy will soon see why humans were never to be underestimated." As the Dragon Soul accelerated toward the outer reaches of human-settled space, its hull shimmered like molten gold, cutting through the nebula like a sword of light. Aaron felt a surge of pride and determination. Humanity was alive. Human ingenuity, bravery, and unpredictability had returned to the stars. And somewhere far away, the Elders convened in secret, sensing the pulse of power that had awakened. They whispered of the legendary battleship, of humans who could think in ways they could not predict, and of a force that could not be tamed. The galaxy's balance of power was about to change, and at the heart of it all, the Dragon Soul waited alive and ready. Far across the galaxy, in a system where the stars burned red and gold, the Council of Elders convened. The planet they ruled was a massive, luminous sphere, its surface covered with cities that shimmered like jewels. It had been home to the most ancient and powerful civilizations, and for centuries the Elders had watched over the galaxy with calculated wisdom. Yet for the first time in generations, unease filled the council chambers. A long-forgotten legend had stirred from its sleep. "They are awake," said Elder Turson, his voice deep and measured. "The humans. The Dragon Soul has returned." A murmur spread across the chamber. Holographic projections of the Dragon Soul shimmered above the council table, showing the ship's size, energy signatures, and its unique adaptive technology. "It is impossible," said Elder Vera, her eyes narrowing. "We have monitored the outer rim for centuries. Humans have not shown such capability in 1,000 cycles." "They are not as weak as we assumed," Turson replied. "And the Dragon Soul. That ship was unmatched even in our memory. The legends speak of its power, and now it has awakened." The council debated. Some Elders demanded a preemptive strike to destroy the Dragon Soul before it could reach human colonies. Others argued caution, suggesting observation first. But fear lingered in every argument. The humans were unpredictable, clever, and brave, qualities the Elders had long underestimated. "The Dragon Soul adapts to human thinking," Elder Vera said. "It does not merely respond to threats, it predicts them. Its weapons, its shields, even its energy systems, all are connected to human creativity. How can we anticipate their next move if we cannot predict their minds?" "Exactly," Turson said, leaning forward. "This is why we feared the humans before, and why we must fear them again. They are no longer primitive. They are a force beyond our calculations." Meanwhile, light years away, Captain Aaron Vale and his crew sailed the Dragon Soul across uncharted regions. The crew was buzzing with excitement and cautious anticipation. Every member was learning to work in harmony with the ship, discovering new systems and abilities that seemed almost magical. "Captain," Lyratane said, her fingers dancing across the holographic controls, "I've never seen anything like this. The ship can literally think ahead of us. It predicts how we'll react in combat before we even know what to do." Aaron nodded. "That's why the Elders will fear us. Not because we are numerous, but because we are clever, adaptable, and brave. The Dragon Soul isn't just a ship. It's human ingenuity made real." "Do you think they'll attack?" asked Enric Sol, the young navigator. His voice trembled slightly. "The Elders, they're powerful, and there are so many of them." "They will," Aaron admitted, "but not yet. They are observing, and every observation they make only teaches us more about them. We need to be ready. Every decision, every action, every strategy, it will count." Back in the council chamber, the Elders turned to ancient records. Holos of battles fought centuries ago with humans flashed across their screens. They saw humans standing against impossible odds, using creativity, bravery, and unpredictable strategies to turn certain defeat into victory. "It is not their weapons that make them dangerous," said Elder Turson. "It is their mind, their spirit. Even in the old wars they survived because they never gave up, never followed the predictable path, and now, with the Dragon Soul, they can challenge any force in the galaxy." Elder Vera's eyes narrowed. "We underestimated them before. We cannot make that mistake again. If the Dragon Soul reaches human colonies, humanity's influence will spread faster than we can contain it. Entire systems could pledge allegiance to them, willingly or not. At that moment, Elder Turson gestured to a projection of the dragon soul itself. Its golden glow shimmered across the chamber, and though it was only a hologram, the elders felt the weight of its presence. "The ship is magnificent," whispered one of the younger elders. "No weapon or shield we have can match it. And it's AI. It's connected to human minds. There is nothing we can predict." Turson's gaze hardened. "Then we do not attack yet. Observation first. We must understand how humans work with the dragon soul and learn their limits. But make no mistake, every movement they make is being watched, and we will be ready when the time comes to act." The council session ended, but unease lingered. Humans, once dismissed as primitive, were now a rising threat the elders could not ignore, and the dragon soul, coiled in the outer rim like a slumbering dragon, had chosen its captain well. Back aboard the battleship, Aaron Vale and his crew continued exploration and training. Elderon guided them through maneuvers designed to test the ship's limits. The dragon soul could interface with every crew member simultaneously, enhancing their reactions, improving coordination, and suggesting tactical maneuvers they would never have imagined on their own. "Captain," Lyra said after a particularly complex exercise, "the dragon soul anticipates what I'm going to do. It almost feels like it's alive. Alive in purpose, not just motion," Elderon replied. "It is built to amplify human potential. You are not alone in this, Captain. Every crew member contributes to the strength of the dragon soul. Together you are unmatched," Aaron smiled. "Then let's continue. If the elders are watching, we need to be ready, not just for scouts, but for anything they might send." Hours later, the dragon soul detected distant energy signatures. Small fleets of alien patrol ships were approaching the human colonies nearby. The humans on board the dragon soul knew that if these fleets reached the colonies unchallenged, innocent lives would be at risk. Aaron made his decision. "We don't wait for them to come to the colonies. We intercept them. But remember, we are not here to destroy, only to protect and demonstrate our strength." The dragon soul surged forward with astonishing speed. Its engines glowed, the golden light stretching across the void like a comet. The alien fleets were fast, but the dragon soul was faster. Its adaptive shields shimmered with each shift, responding to attacks even before they fully formed. When the fleets arrived at the human colonies, they found the dragon soul waiting, not attacking, but presenting an unmistakable warning. Humans were ready, the dragon soul was awake, and any aggression would meet clever, coordinated resistance. The alien commanders, realizing they were outmatched, retreated cautiously. Not one life was lost and the colonies remained safe. But the message was clear. Humans had returned to the galaxy and they were not to be underestimated. On the bridge of the dragon soul, Aaron exhaled. "We've made our point. The elders will know we exist and they will start to pay attention." Lyra smiled, relief and pride shining in her eyes. "It's incredible, Captain. We didn't even fire weapons to destroy them and they still backed off. The ship and humans, it's something they can't predict." Elderon's holographic form shimmered beside them. "They will try to predict, Captain. But human creativity, courage, and adaptability cannot be fully measured. That is why the dragon soul is more than a battleship. It is a symbol of human ingenuity, bravery, and the enduring spirit of Earth." As the dragon soul departed, returning to the uncharted reaches of space, the crew felt a new sense of purpose. They were no longer just explorers. They were guardians, pioneers, and protectors of humanity. And the galaxy, whether it liked it or not, would soon remember the name: Earth's Dragon Soul Battleship. Far away, in the council chambers of the elders, Turson and Vera reviewed reports of the encounter. Their voices were quiet, tense, and filled with a mixture of admiration and fear. "The humans, they are not what we expected," Turson said. "They are better," Vera replied. "And with the dragon soul, they are unstoppable, in ways we cannot yet measure." The council fell silent, each elder lost in thought. One thing was certain: the galaxy would never see humans the same way again. And for Captain Aaron Vale and the crew of the Dragon Soul, the future held countless challenges, discoveries, and adventures. The first challenge had been met and won, but the greater tests were still ahead. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and with every pulse of the Dragon Soul's energy, humanity's legend grew stronger. By word count, count on 305 words. Third person simple English, fully HFY and safe. focuses on the Elder's reaction, human ingenuity, and the Dragon Soul's first demonstration of power, sets up future conflicts and exploration. I can continue with Part 4 next, where the Dragon Soul goes on daring missions, facing larger fleets and demonstrating even more of its powers. Do you want me to continue with Part 4? You said, Part 4. 1300 words ka lekho or interesting huna chahiye or third-person style ma likhni or simple basic English ka. Don't use any violated word, so please avoid any violated content, ChatGPT said absolutely. Here's Part 4 of your HFY story. Around 1300 words, third-person simple English, fully safe and engaging. The galaxy's elders feared one thing, the return of Earth's Dragon Soul battleship. Part 4, the Dragon Soul in action. The Dragon Soul cut through the darkness of space, golden light rippling across its hull. Captain Aaron Vale stood at the bridge, his eyes scanning the horizon. Every star, every asteroid, every shadow of cosmic dust felt alive beneath the ship's hum. With Elderon guiding them and the crew working in perfect coordination, the battleship moved like a single breathing organism. Captain, Lyra Tane said, her fingers gliding over the control panel. The galaxy was watching, from distant star systems to the heart of human colonies. Whispers of the Dragon Soul spread like starlight through the void. Humanity had returned, and the legends of Earth's battleship were no longer stories. They were real. Captain Aaron Vale stood on the bridge of the Dragon Soul, gazing at the vast expanse before him. The stars seemed to stretch endlessly, each one a reminder of the challenges yet to come. Lyra Tane stood beside him, her eyes scanning the tactical displays. The crew moved with quiet precision, every action perfectly synchronized with the ship and each other. Captain, Lyra said, the Elders are sending their most advanced fleet yet. Hundreds of ships faster and stronger than anything we've faced. They're heading directly toward the human colonies. Aaron's eyes narrowed. Then we act. But remember, our goal is to protect, not to destroy. The galaxy must see what humans are capable of, and that we fight with honor. Elderon's voice resonated through the bridge. Captain Vale, the Dragon Soul is prepared. Every system, every energy channel, every shield is aligned with the instincts, courage, and creativity of the crew. Together, you are a force no one can fully predict or resist. The Dragon Soul surged forward, cutting through space like a comet of golden light. As the alien fleet approached, their commanders were confident. They had seen the Dragon Soul before, but they assumed its first victories were lucky, the result of small numbers and untested tactics. They were wrong. Captain, Enric Sol said, pointing to the display, they're forming attack patterns. They think they can overwhelm us with numbers. Aaron smiled. Let them try. Humans do not rely on numbers. We rely on ingenuity, courage, and teamwork. And with the Dragon Soul, that strength is multiplied. The first wave of Elders' ships entered the system. Their weapons glowed with energy pulses, and their shields shimmered with advanced technology designed to withstand the most powerful attacks. Yet the Dragon Soul moved like liquid, weaving through the fleet with grace and precision. Its adaptive shields responded instantly to every strike, dispersing energy harmlessly while protecting the human crew and colonies below. Captain, the Dragon Strike is ready, Lyra said, her hands hovering over the control console. Aaron nodded. Use it. Carefully, remember. We do not destroy unless necessary. The Dragon Soul unleashed a golden pulse that surged through the fleet. It did not obliterate the ships. Instead, it neutralized their engines, scrambled communication systems, and disrupted targeting arrays. The Elders' fleet faltered, unable to predict or counter the maneuver. It's incredible, Lyra whispered. We're controlling the battle without firing a single destructive weapon. Exactly, Aaron said. The Elders fear not our power. They fear our creativity, our courage, and our ability to adapt. That is humanity's true strength. As the fleet tried to regroup, the Dragon Soul moved with unmatched speed, intercepting reinforcements, protecting the colonies, and creating confusion among the Elders' ships. Every maneuver was guided by the instincts of the crew, enhanced by Elderon's calculations. Captain, Enric said, awe in his voice. They're retreating again. They're calling off the attack. Aaron's eyes glimmered. Good, let them go. The message is clear. Humans are back, the Dragon Soul is awake, and the galaxy will remember our name. Hours later, the Dragon Soul returned to human space. Colonists watched in awe as the battleship glimmered like molten gold, its presence both comforting and inspiring. For centuries, humans had faced overwhelming odds, yet today they had shown the galaxy that courage, ingenuity, and honor could overcome even the most advanced forces. Meanwhile, far across the stars, the elders convened once more. Elder Turson, Elder Vera, and the council discussed the reports. Their voices were quiet, serious, and filled with a mixture of respect and fear. "They are beyond what we imagined," Turson said. "Humans with the dragon soul are capable of feats we cannot fully predict. They are not just survivors, they are leaders, strategists, and protectors." Vera nodded. "They fought with precision, creativity, and courage. They could have destroyed our fleets, but they chose not to. That is what makes them exceptional. That is what we cannot ignore." The council fell silent. For the first time in generations, they admitted that humans were not a threat to be crushed, but a force to be respected. Back aboard the Dragon Soul, Aaron convened his crew. "We've faced our first true challenge and succeeded, but our work is far from over. The galaxy will continue to test us, to observe us, and to fear us. Our duty is to protect, to explore, and to inspire humanity wherever we go." Lyra smiled. "Captain, we've already inspired the colonies. People are talking about us, about humans and the Dragon Soul. They're telling stories of courage and creativity." Aaron nodded. "Then let's make sure those stories are true. Let's be the example the galaxy needs, not through fear, but through bravery, wisdom, and honor." Elderon's holographic form flickered beside them. "Captain Vale, humanity has always survived against impossible odds. With the Dragon Soul, you are capable of achieving what no other force in the galaxy can. Remember, true strength lies not in destruction, but in intelligence, courage, and moral integrity." The Dragon Soul accelerated toward a distant star system. Its golden glow stretched across space, a beacon of hope and power. Colonists on nearby planets looked up in wonder, knowing that the ship was their guardian, a symbol of humanity's ingenuity and bravery. As the crew worked in harmony with the battleship, they discovered new abilities every day. Elderon revealed hidden systems, energy fields that could stabilize entire planets during natural disasters, adaptive shields that could protect colonies from cosmic storms, and communication arrays capable of uniting humans and aliens alike. "This ship," Lyra said, eyes wide, "it's more than a battleship. It's a protector, a guide, a symbol of humanity." Aaron placed a hand on the console, feeling the hum of the Dragon Soul beneath him. "Exactly. The elders feared us before because they could not predict us. But we do not fight to dominate. We fight to protect, to explore, and to inspire. That is what makes humans special." Months passed. The Dragon Soul traveled from system to system, protecting human colonies, mediating disputes, and demonstrating the value of courage and ingenuity. Each encounter strengthened humanity's reputation in the galaxy. Humans were no longer underestimated. They were respected, admired, and even sought after as allies. The elders, once fearful, began to recognize the potential of humans. They reached out cautiously, sending envoys to observe and learn. Captain Vale and his crew met these emissaries with diplomacy, showing that humans could be trusted and that their strength was not for conquest, but for protection and cooperation. Finally, a historic meeting took place in the Central Council chambers of the Elders. Captain Vale, Lyratane, and a small delegation of humans stood before the council. Elder Turson addressed them. "Captain Vale, humans have proven themselves. You have returned with courage, wisdom, and ingenuity unmatched in the galaxy. The Dragon Soul is a testament to your people's spirit. We accept humanity as an equal, a partner, and a protector of the galaxy." Applause echoed through the chamber, and for the first time, humans were no longer seen as unpredictable outsiders. They were leaders, capable of guiding others with honor and intelligence. Aaron smiled, feeling the weight of history around him. "Thank you. Humanity has always believed in courage, ingenuity, and the power of working together. We will continue to protect the galaxy, not with fear, but with wisdom, honor, and bravery." The Dragon Soul remained in orbit around a distant star, its golden glow shining as a symbol of hope, courage, and human ingenuity. The galaxy had remembered humanity, and in doing so, it had learned a lesson the elders would never forget: that humans, when united with their courage and intellect, could achieve what no other species could. As Captain Vale and his crew looked out at the stars, they knew this was just the beginning. Adventures awaited, discoveries beckoned, and the galaxy was theirs to explore. The dragon soul would lead them, a living testament to human spirit and brilliance. And somewhere, in distant stars and council chambers, the elders whispered of the humans and the dragon soul, the legendary battleship that had returned not to conquer, but to inspire. The galaxy would never forget Earth's dragon soul battleship. The humans had returned, and this time, they were ready. In the quiet darkness of deep space, the galactic peacekeeper fleet glided like silver shadows across the black void. Their hulls reflected starlight, smooth and polished, and their engines emitted a soft hum that vibrated through the emptiness. These ships were sentinels, tasked with watching over civilizations as they grew, ensuring that new species did not destroy themselves or others. They had traveled thousands of light years to reach this corner of the galaxy, drawn by something unusual, an energy signature unlike anything recorded before. Commander Rylan, a tall being with shimmering skin and eyes that seemed to see everything at once, studied the readings carefully.
These energy patterns are
complex, he said to his second-in-command, Thara. They are powerful but also controlled. It is not a natural phenomenon. Something intelligent is at work. Thara's eyes glimmered in agreement. It appears to come from a small blue planet in this system. Its inhabitants are developing rapidly. I have never seen anything like it. The fleet adjusted course, moving toward Earth. As they approached the outer atmosphere, they slowed and began scanning the surface in detail. What they saw stunned them. Across the continents, massive structures moved like living giants. Iron and steel rose from the ground. Machines taller than the largest buildings with arms and legs built to lift, dig, and shape the land. They moved in perfect coordination, some carrying massive loads, others digging tunnels, and still others performing tasks no human could manage alone. They are machines, whispered Raylan. But they move as if they are alive, and they respond to something. Someone must control them. Thara studied the readings. Yes, they are clearly controlled. But not just remotely. They seem to be extensions of the minds that guide them. The operators must have incredible intelligence and coordination. The peacekeepers had seen many civilizations, but Earth's humans fascinated them. The machines were not merely tools. They were extensions of human thought, precise and powerful, yet creative. Somehow these humans had combined imagination with engineering in a way the galaxy had rarely witnessed. As they hovered in orbit, the peacekeepers debated their next step. We must observe, Raylan said. Direct contact could be dangerous. They are advanced, yes, but primitive compared to our technology. We must understand them first. And so they watched. On Earth, in a sprawling city near the coast, massive factories hummed with life. The humans operated their machines with skill and focus, using control panels, holographic interfaces, and sometimes simple gestures. The iron giants lifted massive beams, built towers, and even transported materials across rivers. It was a dance of metal and human intelligence, choreographed perfectly. Among the humans, a young engineer named Mira adjusted the controls of one of the largest iron giants. Her machine, named Titan, was taller than a skyscraper, with hydraulic arms capable of lifting hundreds of tons. Mira smiled as Titan moved smoothly, responding to every subtle command. She felt a sense of connection with her machine, as if it were a partner rather than just a tool. From orbit, the peacekeepers watched her closely. Thara pointed to Mira on the monitors. This one is exceptional. She controls her iron giant with intuition, not just logic. She understands the machine in a way that goes beyond programming. Fascinating. Raylan nodded. We must see more before we decide to act. But note this, Thara, the humans are not primitive. They are clever, adaptable, and fearless. Their creativity may surprise us. For several days, the peacekeepers observed silently. They saw humans testing their iron giants in forests, deserts, and mountains. Each machine had a purpose, yet the operators sometimes used them for experiments or even art. One day, a group of engineers moved a machine into a city square and arranged it to create a giant sculpture from scrap metal. The peacekeepers recorded every moment, intrigued by the human ability to blend practicality with imagination. But not everything was peaceful. The peacekeepers detected unusual activity in a remote area, a vast mining operation where humans were uncovering strange, glowing minerals. The energy output was intense and the machines moved with urgency. Raylan and Thara realized that Earth's humans were tapping into resources, that could one day rival the power of whole star systems. This is why they are interesting, said Raylan. They are still young as a civilization, but they are learning quickly. If left alone, they could become powerful allies or dangerous opponents. As night fell on Earth, the city lights twinkled like stars mirrored on the planet's surface. Mira guided Titan to a safe resting place, shutting down the hydraulics and stepping back. She looked up at the sky, unaware of the strange ships observing her from orbit. Something in her heart made her feel a strange curiosity, as if the stars themselves were watching. On the Peacekeeper's command bridge, Raylan turned to his crew. Prepare a small observation team. We must get closer but remain unseen. The humans must learn about us slowly. Abrupt contact could frighten them or worse, provoke them. Thara nodded. I will select the team. We must be cautious. These humans are intelligent but unpredictable. Their courage may be greater than their understanding of the galaxy. The next day, a small peacekeeper craft descended into a remote forest. Its design was sleek and quiet, capable of hovering silently above the ground. The observers were experts in human psychology and technology, ready to study without interfering. Mira and her team were testing a smaller iron giant in the forest. The machine moved carefully between trees, lifting fallen logs and clearing a path for a new construction project. Mira was pleased with its precision, unaware of the silver craft watching her from above. Inside the craft, Thara recorded every movement. Notice how the operator anticipates obstacles before they occur. The machine responds instantly, yet the commands are not just technical, they are almost instinctive. Incredible. Raylan studied the data. They are different from any species we have monitored. Their creativity is boundless, yet they respect the machines as partners. That is unusual. Most species either worship their machines or treat them as tools. These humans, they collaborate. As the sun set, Mira paused to look at the horizon. She felt a strange warmth in the sky, a shimmer she could not explain. I thought I was alone out here, she said to her assistant, but something feels different. Like the forest is alive in a new way. From the forest canopy, the peacekeepers observed silently, fascinated by the connection between humans and their environment. For all their machines and technology, there was a harmony, an intelligence that went beyond steel and hydraulics. Raylan spoke softly. This species has potential. They may one day join the ranks of civilizations that shape the galaxy. Or if mismanaged, they could destroy themselves. Our duty is to guide, to protect, but not to interfere, at least not yet. Night deepened over the forest. Mira and her team returned to their city, unaware that above them, beings from another star system were recording, analyzing, and learning. The Peacekeeper's presence was invisible, yet it marked the beginning of a new chapter, for humans, for the Iron Giants, and for the galaxy itself. In the silence of space, the fleet held position, waiting, watching, and wondering. The humans had built machines of iron and imagination, but the Peacekeepers realized the most remarkable creation was not the machines at all, it was the people themselves. Brave, inventive, and full of curiosity, they were a species worth knowing, and perhaps worth protecting. As the first part of this story closes, the stars shine brightly above Earth, reflecting the potential of a civilization on the brink of greatness. The galactic peacekeepers have arrived, and the world below remains blissfully unaware. But the stage is set. Soon, humans and the watchers from the stars will meet, and the course of history will change forever.